begin our service. And I'm waiting to be spotlighted. Good morning again, and welcome to UU Catskills Sunday Worship Service. I am Donna Schlackman, a member of the Worship Committee and co-chair with Paula Silby of this year's We Can Do It Pledge Drive. I will be your guide for today's service. The Worship Committee thanks our tech host, Jenny Giddy, for the magic behind Zoom today, and Don Critchell, our Zoom usher. As always, the committee asks that you exercise compassion for our tech helpers who make it look so much easier than it is. For those of you on video Zoom, please set your button to speaker view throughout the service. The theme for our March services has been commitment. And our pulpit guest this morning is the future Unitarian Universalist Minister Julio Luar Torres, who will talk to us about commitment to love. And what better way to express our love for our commitment to our shared Unitarian Universalist faith than to contribute to our annual pledge drive, which ends today and will be celebrated next Sunday when our minister, the Reverend Dr. Leonisa Artizone, will be in the pulpit. Unitarian Universalism is a non-creedal, diverse, and inclusive faith guided by our 7 principles. UU Catskills is recognized as a welcoming congregation for the LGBTQ community. We are engaged in anti-racism work and affirm that Black lives matter. We are a congregational affiliate of the Ulster Immigrant Defense Network, and we are active voices in the effort to address climate change. There are a few calendar reminders for us this morning, the details of which were in the Friday's weekend updates, or you can contact the office at uuccoffice@gmail.com for more information. So on our calendar, this evening we have the grief support group at 7 p.m. Mondays and Thursdays, meditation buddies meet to sit quietly for 20 minutes. If you'd like to try it, you don't have to stay the whole 20. Bedtime Story and More is Thursday, April 1st, 7 p.m. The children and youth will meet with Reverend Leonisa or with Jane. Friday, 9:30 is Kundalini Yoga. It is open to new participants. If you're new to us this morning or not yet receiving our email updates and would like to be added to our mailing list, please give us your email in the chat box or visit us online at uucatskills.org. Everyone's invited to our post-service breakout rooms where you can introduce yourselves and enjoy conversation with others. There will be a children's chapel today, and Jane will make sure that they make it to their breakout room. For those looking at the order of service and following along or attending via phone, I apologize for the last minute change to today's benediction. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are in your life's journey, you are welcome here. Julio will now introduce our prelude, Let Us Worship Together.
Cheers, everyone. Love on Top is a song originally recorded by Beyonce, but there's this lovely group of young women in, I believe, Indonesia that sang it. A wonderful cover, and I think it goes well to set us up for commitment to love. So please take us away, Jenny.
Honey, I can see the stars all the way baby, it's you. You're the one that gives your all. You're the one I can always call when I need to make everything stop. Finally, you put my love on top. Ooh, come on, baby, you put my love on top, 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 top.
Baby, baby, I can hear the wind whipping past my veins, 'cause we dance the night away.
Boy, your lipstick's like a night of champagne, so I kiss you again and again and again and again and again and again. Maybe it's you. You're the one I love. You're the one I need. You're the only one I see. Come on, baby, it's you. You're the one that gives your all. You're the one I can always call when I need to make everything stop. Finally, you put my love on top, 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 top. You put my love on top.
Bring the beat in.
Baby, it's you. You're the one that I love you. It's you. You're the one that I need you. It's you. You're the one that I. Baby, it's you. You're the one that I love you. It's you. You're the one that I need you. It's you. You're the one that I love you. It's you.
You're the one I love. You're the one I need. You're the only one I see. Come on, baby, it's you. You're the one that gives your all. You're the one that I could always call when I need to make everything stop.
Finally, you put my love on top, 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 top.
Listen, baby.
Top, 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 top. Oh, baby, you're the one that I love. You're the only one that I need. You're the only one I see. Come on, baby, you're the one that gives your all. You're the one I can always call when I need to make everything stop. Finally, you put my love on top, baby, 'cause you're the one that I love. You're the only one that I need. You're the only one that I see. Come on, baby, it's you. You're the one that gives your all. You're the one I can always call when I need to make everything stop. Finally, you put my love on top.
Okay. That was a great way to start. Thank you, Julio, for choosing that. Please find your chalices or candle and join our children in our chalice lighting words. I don't know where our sound is. We light this chalice in grateful, loving community, even in the darkest of times.
Light
may
this
the
chalice
light of
in grateful, loving community.
Even in the darkest of times.
Its flame light paths
to courage, justice, and hope.
Sometimes one just needs a little patience. Now for our unison affirmation. Please join me in reciting it. May we be reminded here of our highest aspirations and inspired to bring our gifts of love to all living beings. May we know once again that we are not isolated, but connected in wonder and joy to mystery and miracle in the universe, in this community, and in each other. The Reverend Leonisa is in the pulpit next Sunday. She has sent a video message to us today, and we will be talking and working together in the coming months. Following Reverend Leonisa, Julio will continue our worship with his opening words.
Hi, everyone. Reverend Leonisa here. I know by now most of you have heard that I will be leaving the congregation as of June 30th. I want you all to know that it's not an emergency. It's not a family problem. It's not my health. I don't want you to worry. That's not what this is about. I've just been doing some deep discernment and decided that I'm not sure we're the right fit for each other. It does not mean that I'm not sad to go. It does not mean that I won't miss you all. But it does mean that I want to just tell you that I've appreciated this time we've been together. I have learned so much over these past 2 years, and I hope you have too. I also hope that over the next 3 months, we could find time, if you're inclined, to have some conversations to talk about our time together and maybe what you see for the future, or just to, share our feelings with one another. So I encourage you to reach out to me via email. It's probably the best way to make an appointment so that we can see one another. I also encourage you to come to as many services as possible. I am looking forward to continue serving you right up until the middle and end of June. So as I used to say on our Zoom services, and I'm saying again now, I love you, I miss you, and I only want the best for you.
Yeah, sure. I really feel that.
Take very, very good care and enjoy the spring because it finally looks like it's here.
Yeah, bless Leonisa. And she looks forward to the next 3 months of dialogue with everyone. So actually, Jenny, if you could just go back to that slide real quick, please. So this month's theme of the month is commitment. Leonisa and I were talking, and love, commitment to love is powerful. We all have our share of reasons why, but it's one of those things. In developing my ideas for the service, I thought, Shakespeare, you can't go wrong. And so these pictures I have up here, on the top left, the movie Renaissance Man. It's probably the first time I heard of Shakespeare as a child, watching Danny DeVito teach Shakespeare in this movie to a few soldiers. And then the top two are pictures of Much Ado About Nothing. And the bottom three pictures are from immersive theater viewing I saw of A Midsummer Night's Dream. And it's one of those things that those are two of my favorite Shakespeare plays. Both comedies, both discuss love in various fashion, love from God, love of one another, love from the self. And in many ways, I think they also discuss the love of justice and love in action. And while love can be seen as romantic, I think love is powerful and love is divine. Maybe I'm just being romantic myself. But it's one of those things, I have to say, these two plays, never have I laughed so hard in my life. They were festive. It was a party. And I can imagine in many ways, it was the spirit of Shakespeare. I think that was the ultimate intention. So now, Jenny, if you could go one slide forward, please. Yes. Catherine has kindly agreed to record a Beatles song, All You Need Is Love. I love this song. I think you can't do a commitment to love and talk about All You Need Is Love. So, Jenny, if you could please take it away and enjoy the words, sing along.
Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. There's nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love.
All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. There's nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. 2, 3, 4. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. 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 Love is all you need.
Thanks again, Jenny. And now I believe is, yes, not for children only. So this is a wonderful animation, essentially going through the plot of Much Ado About Nothing. If you've never read the play or seen a performance, again, I would recommend it. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but yes, please, so you can understand the plot of the play. Please, Jenny, if you could get the video going.
War is over, and Leonardo is celebrating with a party at his house. Hero is Leonardo's daughter. She's in love with Claudio, the brave soldier, home from the war. Hero and Claudio like each other very much. I love you, Hero.
I love you too, Claudio.
Let's get married. Beatrice is Hero's cousin. She likes jokes and laughing at Benedict. Benedict and Beatrice like the same things, but they say they don't like each other.
Oh, Benedict, you're too clever. You annoy me.
Oh, Beatrice, you're too clever. You annoy me.
I'm never going to get married.
Me neither. Don John is also at the party. He doesn't like to see people having fun. He wants to make everyone unhappy. Don John plays a trick on Claudio. He takes Claudio for a walk and they see a man talking romantically to a woman at Hero's window. Claudio, look! Hero is with another man. Claudio thinks the woman is Hero. He is wrong. The woman is really Hero's servant, but his heart is broken. Now it is Hero and Claudio's wedding day, but Claudio says he won't marry Hero. No, I can't marry you. You are in love with another man. Hero is shocked and falls on the floor. Claudio thinks she is dead. Next, Leonardo plays a trick on Claudio. Claudio, you must marry my niece. Now Claudio thinks he's going to marry someone he has never met. Leonardo's niece, who looks like Hero. But the woman really is Hero. Oh, Hero, you're alive! I'm sorry for what I said. Please marry me. Finally, Beatrice and Benedict know that they are a perfect couple. I love you, Beatrice.
I love you too, Benedict.
Let's get married. The two couples have a double wedding. Everyone is happy.
I hope you all enjoyed that. And now, the time for contemplation and compassion. So I'd like everyone to get comfortable. Find a good posture will let you dwell in your imagination, something that lets your thoughts roam. Take a few Slow, deep breaths. Just keep breathing deeply. If it feels so comfortable, maybe close your eyes and daydream a little bit. Envision yourself as if you were in the land of fairies, as if in the Midsummer Night's Dream, as if you were set in a forest, maybe a jungle, plants of all shapes and sizes around you. Maybe in your vision it's warm, maybe it's cold. Certainly you smell magnificent smells. Maybe lavender, maybe incense. In this realm of dreams, it's a magical place. What would this land of fairies look like? What magic wanders around? This is a safe space. Love is made manifest. You can shape it however you want to. Paint it with your mind's eye. Maybe there's rich hues. Maybe it's dark. Maybe it's vibrant. What sound echoes the music of your heart through the trees? As you wander in this mystical place, you meet the caretakers of this realm, the royals, Titania and Oberon. Go up to them, say hi, maybe bow, maybe high five. Bring them a gift. What gift do you bring them? They have a feast prepared. What feast would you have with them? What jokes would you laugh about? And transform your surroundings. Have fun. It's time of merriment. In this setting, I leave you for a minute or so. Let your awe and wonder guide you. Enjoy yourself. Let the forest fade away for another time. You'll say hi to the king and queen soon. Wave goodbye. And I hopefully will hear your dreams soon enough. Donna, if you would please.
A nice Nice respite. Continuing our tradition during our annual pledge drive, we will now hear from our music director, Catherine Catabiani. A huge thank you to those who have already filled out their pledge form online or via mail, and thanks to those who will be doing so before the sun goes down today. With Catherine's apologies to Fat Waller's Ain't Misbehaving, here she is.
No one to be with, we're all alone. We're reaching out with a Zoom and telephone. Ain't misbehaving, making our pledge to you. While we are scrubbing and keeping clean and isolating, waiting for our vaccines, we misbehaving, making our pledge to you. Cruel pandemic is feeling epic. Don't go nowhere, growing out our hair. Your pledges are worth waiting for. Believe me, we're feeling muted and stuck on Zoom. Must do our duty alone in our living rooms. Ain't misbehaving, making our pledge to you. To plan a budget, we must judge it, but we intuit we can do it. Your pledges are worth waiting for. Believe me, while disinfecting and masks and rubber, we're still connecting, waving at each other. Ain't misbehaving, making our pledge to you.
Donna, you're muted, just to let you know.
Thank you. So everybody, my thank you to Catherine. Thank you, Julio. Okay, so this is still our time in our service where we put our faith to work each Sunday and share our generosity with our congregation and with others. On the screen is the ways to give to UU Catskill, either by check or online or by texting. Half of our plate donation for the month of March is being given to the LGBTQ Center of the Hudson Valley. Our offering music is This Is Me by Sax Serenade from The Greatest Showman. Thank you for your generosity, and thank you, Julio, again for this great music. We will now hear Rob Becker's reading of an excerpt from Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife, and now had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor, and now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He is wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier, and now is he turned orthography. His words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I shall not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it till he hath made me an oyster, and he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll ever look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. The Prince and Monsieur Love.
Yeah, just a second. I want to show these pictures because I wanted to show the 4 types of love I'll be discussing today. I think these pictures do a decent job of getting the feeling across. But everyone, again, thanks for joining today. When I was thinking of the message for today, I couldn't help but be reminded. I feel like I grew up with Shakespeare all over the place in my life. So many plays are constantly referenced. Shakespeare, the immortal bard, has much to teach Unitarian Universalists about a commitment to love. A commitment to love in at least 4 forms: self-love, interpersonal love, transcendent love, and love in action for justice. Now, while I love A Midsummer Night's Dream, I find there's much more dialogue I can have with Much Ado About Nothing on this topic. Again, I've had the pleasure to see the show live in Central Park. I've seen 2 movies. It's a magnificent play. And now I love Shakespeare, but he is not perfect. Or maybe he is perfect, but he certainly shows how imperfect humans are regarding love. Unitarian Universalists and guests, I would like to share with you that we have this faith and spirituality based on critical thought, challenging all manner of things, especially when it comes to love. That is, in fact, part of our commitment to love, to question whether things are truly love. And let's take this scene from the reading. Benedict's soliloquy, talking about his friend, his war buddy, Claudio, and talking about his love. Benedict criticizes Claudio, but he tries to quantify the characteristics that a woman must have for him to fall in love. He's a bit of a chauvinist. He's a bit macho, and who am I to judge? I've been there. I've been that army pain person. It's not great. But I've transformed, and I continue to work on my patriarchal self. But Benedict says to Claudio, love makes him a fool. Real men are supposed to laugh at others who fall in love. What is this flowery language? This is no, it's shameful. But why is it shameful? Why can't anyone really, show their love with beautiful words? Shakespeare certainly did. And then Benedict goes on about this imaginary wife for him to fall in love with. FYI, if they're poor, you don't stand a chance. He would not love you. He would not love them. Half the women in America would not be loved. They're, virtuous. We're looking at some form of purity. Likely, we're assuming a certain sexuality. And I like to think after 1960s, we can safely say that this has no place in modern thought. He says she must be fair, referring to skin color, so they must be white. It's a bit racist, buddy. Women must be mild. So I guess he takes issues if they're outspoken and have an opinion about that. Well, in the words of my mother, oh, hell no. And they must be noble. Elite, I guess. No peasants. Said with upturned nose. Well, so much for equality and inherent worth and dignity. Just throw that out the window. But in his defense, at least he wants her to be wise and doesn't care about her hair color. Woohoo! Thank God, Benedict. Something had to give, man. But as Unitarian Universalists, we must ask, is all of this love? And granted, this is all about interpersonal love. And who defines love is something you again must take into question. After all, what is love? And like the 90s song goes, baby, don't hurt me no more. If you haven't heard the song, listen to it. It's fun times. But thinking about love, Michael Solomon wrote a book called Spirituality for a Skeptic, which I meant to have on hand and show you. Definitely did not bring it with me. It was a fantastic read. Highly recommend it. Yeah, he talks about love, and I had a few reflections on it. He says love requires compassion, trust, and reverence. Or at least that's what I took from what he said. To that end, whenever we read something, whenever we watch TV, experience theater in our personal lives and in our spiritual lives, in our social justice engagements, in our politics, any activity we partake in, let's think about that. How can we bring compassion, trust, reverence, ultimately love to what we do? Compassion, at the minimum, it's feelings. It's connecting with people, the desire for well wishes. Trust is that sense of assurance and reliance. Reverence is that awe of something to honor. Or maybe we prefer to take the stance of what love is not. We have difficulty defining love, maybe. And to me, love is not violent. It's not abusive. It's not greedy. Maybe there's a gray area. Like when people talk about tough love, who knows? However one defines love, it has to stand up to our principles, especially as Unitarian Universalists. Take them against all seven. And if you haven't seen them in a while, hey, my wife's on says, Google it out, right? Shakespeare does well again to discuss interpersonal love directly in Benedict's monologue or soliloquy. But throughout his plays, he talks about self-love, transcendent love, and I think he talks about justice, love in action. And Benedict did not truly love himself until he was able to be his whole self. His sense of masculinity didn't open himself to feeling all the joyful emotions, essentially self-amputating his soul. And I feel Claudio was man enough to be vulnerable. Ultimately, it's what allowed him to find true happiness. And yes, true sadness in that one part of the play where he thought his loved one had died. All because he was being vulnerable. And as that great prophet, RuPaul Charles, one of the few queens I would pledge allegiance to, says, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love someone else? And can I get an amen? Yes. Thank you for your words, RuPaul. And that brings us to interpersonal love, which can be family, can be friends, could be romantic. Ultimately, it's a support from other people. It's and this is where I want to use flowery language, a connection most magnificent, majestic, magnetism of mutuality made manifest of magnanimous magnitude. Interpersonal love does not act with malevolence, maleficence, or maimed madness or Machiavellian machinations. No. Love, it's romantic. It's powerful. I personally think it's what created the universe, but who knows? When I think of the universe, I think of transcendent love. And I think it's a lesson. It'll be for atheists, the theist, the agnostic. There's a lesson from the play Les Miserables. To love another person is to see the face of God. If you haven't seen that play, also recommended, but that's just me. Doesn't matter whether God or not exists ultimately. Who knows whether, if God does exist, God is all loving, but that doesn't eliminate the commitment we need to have to love. Because love will bring us a connection to sacred feelings, the universe, the divine. Love is what gives comedy to an ultimately tragic life. Love lets us escape selfishness, and it transcends us, what we humans do in the now, and affects the future. Which brings me ultimately to love and justice. Love requires action. Comedies and literature ultimately skew the play towards justice, while tragedies show what happens without love. Shakespeare shows love in action in all his comedies. He shows compassionate humanity, the reverence for that benevolent part of humanity, and trust that a happy ending is something that can happen when we work towards it. Sometimes it's unlikely people that help it out, like in Much Ado About Nothing. Sometimes it's the protagonist being very active. But ultimately, this justice is because people are supporting it by making it happen. A Unitarian Universalist, we must make the world a place where love is the norm, where love can defeat Machiavellian schemes of greed. If we can't agree about what love is, that's fine. I respect that some people can't define love or don't agree with me on this model of compassion, trust, and reverence. Crazy Julio, estás loco. Well, I'm a locomotive for love. Eyebrow, eyebrow, eyebrow. Choo choo. You know, in the story, Much Ado About Nothing, Benedict transforms, certainly at least falls in love. And Much Ado About Nothing has justice prevail. And it's one of those things where I'm just reminded, Martin Luther King said that an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. To which I say, evil anywhere is a threat to love everywhere. And yet that the opposite is equally true. That love anywhere is a threat to evil everywhere. And so we must have a commitment to love and threaten evil. We must have that commitment to self-love, interpersonal love, transcendent love, and love in action in matters of justice. I believe in our part to co-create the beloved community. After all, you can't have the beloved community without a commitment to love. I thank y'all for listening. And now, we all, if I recall correctly, get to sing one of my most favorite hymns, Love Will Guide Us. And yes, I enjoy the recording. Sing along while muted. And please, yes, and do. Yes, indeed. Take it away, Jenny, a lovely DJ for the evening. Or morning, excuse me.
Peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night.
And as always, I like to close with the words from the Reverend Jan Tadeo. As the storm blows over, the sun recovers its position of strength. And that glorious symbol of hope and unity emerges across the sky. At the end of the rainbow, a treasure. The three things you must do: go outside yourself and know the needs of the world. Go within and discover your life giving gifts. And then arch yourself like a rainbow and bridge between the two and create a more beautiful world. And I hope you all go in peace after the benediction or stay for the lovely chats.
Before we extinguish our chalices, thank you, Julio, for the music and the words and the lessons about love today. We look forward to seeing you again in April. We hope, as he just said, everyone will stay for our social time and breakout rooms. And let's extinguish our flame together with our spoken words, which are coming up on your screen soon.
There it is.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Today's benediction words come to us from Reverend Dr. Cynthia Landrum. Please join as you are able. We leave this gathered community, but we don't leave our connection, our concerns, our care for each other. Our service to each other, to the world, and to our faith continues. Until we are together again, friends, be strong, be well, be true, be loving. And thank you all for being here.
Before we go to breakout rooms, I'd like to point out that Jane Padell is not with us today.
Ah.
So we will just automatically go to the breakout rooms. And
Are you, Don, you're on mute. You muted yourself, Don. I'm just wondering if Jane got a substitute for herself today. She indicated there was a children's chapel. So maybe we could put the families in there. If they decide to join another one, they can do that.
I can't do that because I don't have the numbers.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Apologies to our families. Enjoy the rest of the time together, everyone.
So we have, oops. That's 30.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hi, hi everyone. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Christy.
Hello. Hi, Christy. Hi, Karma. Hi, David, Karen, Mary Alice. Who else is in here? Cheryl?
David,
Oh, I should stop recording. Hold on.